Chris Palermo here on News 25, and we are so delighted to have Judge Matt Walker from the court right out of downtown Las Vegas. Judge, welcome so much for coming out to Pahrump News 25.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so we have a special event coming up December 4th. You want to assist veterans. Now, this is, let's say, specifically a legal-centric kind of event, or we are also talking about social services you could maybe assist them with?
That's correct. It's more of a holistic event. We're calling it a resource fair. Okay. We're going to have vendors in to provide connections to services, but we're hosting it in the court as an idea to marry those two things together. Anyone that has armed forces service to back them in an armed forces service background and has open cases in Las Vegas Municipal Court that they need help addressing. Maybe they have obligations that they haven't satisfied, financial obligations, court obligations, and they're just not sure what to do with their case to get things back on track. We want to see those folks come in. They may have cases in warrant. Maybe they missed a court date and they're not sure how to approach that. We want to see those folks come in and give them a chance to get back on track.
An inaugural event, right?
It is, yeah. This is the first time we're hosting an event of this type. Municipal Court has bench warrant quashing events in the past, but those are primarily aimed at indigent defendants.
Okay.
I preside over our Veterans Treatment Court, and so one of the things as the presiding judge over that court is I want to help armed forces veterans that maybe don't qualify for our court, but that could still use assistance in our criminal justice system. And so we kind of came up with this idea of doing a veteran-centric case management an event.
So it sounds like your brainchild, your idea?
It is. I'm working in partnership with the Armed Forces Chamber, and they're reaching out to a lot of their contacts so that we can make sure, like I said, the idea is we do want, when folks come in, we want them to be able to handle not just whatever pending criminal matters they have, but also whatever shortfalls or whatever challenges they're facing when it comes to everyday life skills.
Okay, so warrant quashing. Now, we were kind of half joking where someone may come in front of you on this date, on December 4th, and it's not like you look at them and say, "Oh, I like the way you look, you're good, you're all set."
No, I mean, we do want it to be a little bit informal. That's anytime somebody comes in for something like this, if they are in warrant, there's always a concern. I don't want to just show up and end up in cuffs. The point of this event is not to execute warrants. It's to address how the qualifying veterans got off track to begin with. What's going on with your case? Why did you miss court? Are you having trouble paying your fines? Are you having trouble taking your classes? Do you just not know what to do? And it's in that sense, the idea is we'll get people the right direction. We'll get them return court dates to make some progress. And in hopefully there are going to be cases that we can just plain close out, depending on the circumstances.
So I'm guessing now, with coming here on News 25 and coming out and taking your valuable time coming to Pahrump, the big thing is the outreach.
Absolutely.
To let people know. So we're going to continue, but I want you to just give us the basics: where, when, and what exactly is going to go on when they go out there.
Right. So the event's going to start at 10 a.m. on December 4th. It's going to be at Las Vegas Municipal Court. That's at 100 East Clark, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the big courthouse right across from City of Las Vegas City Hall. When they come in, they'll go through the security checkpoint, and there'll be someone there to refer them to the fourth floor, is primarily where the criminal portion is going to be taking place, where the court portion is. And vendors will be placed throughout the courthouse. So they'll be directed to the appropriate service provider, depending on what they need.
Any RSVP required, or you just want people to show up, right?
At this point, we don't have an RSVP active.
Okay.
But when people come in, we'll do an intake process with them.
I see.
To see what to see what it was that brought them down to begin with. Like I said, in doing this joint venture with Armed Forces Chamber, we're wanting to make sure that we address both their criminal case and their service needs, and we want to be able to, when we do that intake process, we'll be able to figure out what's going on with their case and before they come in front of me, and we handle what needs to be handled.
Sounds like you really have a passion for this, but Why do you find like you really need to focus on this particular sector of folks that are maybe looking to get some help?
Well, like I said, I oversee our Veterans Treatment Court. It deals with criminal defendants that have unaddressed substance use and mental health needs, and those needs that arise from their service have brought them in front of us. It's a year to 18-month program. We give them the skills they need to be able to manage those challenges and get themselves back to being functioning members of society. Because I oversee the court, I get a lot of referrals from our other courtrooms of defendants that do have service history, that do have needs and challenges that they're struggling with, but maybe don't meet the criteria for the court for one reason or another.
Okay.
And the idea with this event is broadening the net to help, again, because I see probably 2 or 3 defendants a week that are being referred from other courtrooms that are facing challenges that, again, maybe don't fall under the rubric of the program itself. And so the idea is I'm seeing there is a lot of need coming through our court for supportive services from the court, even if people don't necessarily meet the criteria for that more intensive program.
How much psychology is involved in your job on a day-to-day basis?
I don't pretend to be anything other than law trained, but there's certainly a lot that goes into it, and I've got a good support team for the program. But there's a lot of supplemental education that all of us judges that oversee specialty courts have to undergo, so that we can look at it from that sort of clinical standpoint and do things with our specialty courts that we may not normally do. Understanding people's limitations, how to address people that have substance use issues, and what they will and won't be able to do in tackling those problems.
Let me ask you, would you recommend folks, if they want to come out to this, that are in need of this fair, I guess we'd call it, or event, to come with maybe a support staff, a friend, family member, or should they come alone? Or what do you think?
I think it's a great idea to have somebody come with them. There's going to be a lot of information available, a lot of different opportunities for everyone that comes out. And I think having someone along with them, somebody that can kind of help double check and help them remind them of all the things they've learned. And maybe, I don't want it to be too overwhelming, but because we are going to have so many resources there, the more eyes and ears they bring with them, I think the better.
Okay, so finally, we're talking about Judge Walker. You're in Nye County. Of course, we're a Las Vegas television station also. You may have some people, Nye County is big, they're watching. They're welcome if their court if their case falls in the jurisdiction or not. Should they come see you at this event or not?
Absolutely. So, and I appreciate the chance to clarify. So when it comes to criminal cases, the only cases that we're going to be able to address are cases that are in the Las Vegas Municipal Court.